Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron segment in my Paradox Interactive Historical Playthrough Mega Series. This is video number 3, playing England to America, where we started Crusader Kings 3, went all the way through, ended up as the United States of America. This is Hearts of Iron 4, video 3. And rather than picking up where we left off last time, in last video 2, I told you at the end of that video that we're going to rewind back in time to 1941, right after Pearl Harbor. Now, of course, Pearl Harbor was not bombed until December 7th, 1941. But we ended up actually starting video number 2 around July. Pearl Harbor was, Japanese attacked us, and Pearl Harbor was attacked then. And instead of doing the Pacific, which is down here, in case you didn't know, we're going to do the invasions of North Africa and also, ultimately, Europe. So that's what we're going to do this time around. Now, I chose to get started a couple months a little bit later because what I did was got my Atlantic fleet better organized than I had the last time. And I'm going to be playing all the stuff that I did in the Pacific. We're just going to be playing that off camera. And so I started here because we're going to choose a special national focus. That's, again, slightly different from what we did last time, and that is the Selective Training Act, also known as the Draft. Now, we're electing the Selective Service Act now, instead of when it was actually done in 1940, but following the attack on Pearl Harbor, there was actually no shortage of volunteers, so we should have a pretty high manpower to begin with. In addition to young men throughout the country, just from every part of the country, volunteering because they wanted to get in the action, there were plenty of famous people, including actors like Ronald Reagan, Charlton Heston, Ernest Borgnine, Lucille Ball's husband, Desi Arnaz, Mel Brooks, many, many others. In fact, also many future presidents volunteered for World War II. Including Lyndon Johnson, JFK, George H.W. Bush, not George W. Bush, Richard Nixon, and obviously Dwight Eisenhower. We could probably even see him here. We're going to be seeing him a little bit later.
Ready.
Can I see him? Pretty sure. There he is. Good old Ike. So anyway, I'm going to... I already did it, yes. We're going to start selective training. Because it already should have been done. And again, I just wanted to point out that war mania really came upon the entire country, and there were hundreds of thousands, millions of people who were itching to go. So we have lots of manpower to stand behind us, which is good news. Now, around this time, Britain should have been, I think it was over already. They should have been getting beat up in the Battle of Britain, having massive air assaults from Germany. Let's see, United Kingdom is fighting a defensive war against Germany. Yeah, so Germany has not declared on me yet. At least I don't think so. Anyway, while the German Reich was just really beating up the United Kingdom in their air and strategic bombing campaign, something else that they were doing, because we were, like I did in the first video, show that we were trying to get as much material across the Atlantic Ocean to Britain to help them out as much as we possibly could without going to war. Remember, the video number 1 was called Short of War, because President Roosevelt was trying to do everything he could short of war to help, quote-unquote, the good guys. And there's no need to quote-unquote. I definitely think they were the good guys in this case, the Allies. And so what ended up happening at this point is Karl Donitz, the head of Germany's U-boats, or submarines, really was just waging a fantastically destructive and successful convoy raiding campaign against these convoys, to the point where tens of thousands of tons of supplied goods, food, materials, weapons were lost. And I think we're still in the middle of Lend-Lease with Britain, giving them some Lend-Lease goods. Okay, modify Lend-Lease. Yeah, we're sending them 50% of our monthly production of these planes, this might be old. Yeah, I was gonna say we be nice if I can send to them my stockpile. I think we're upgrading those right now. All right. So we're still sending them Lend-Lease. That still requires convoys. And so in theory, those convoys are being attacked. Lend-Lease export. All right, we're sending 58 with a route efficiency of 100%. And so this is not historically accurate. These convoys should have been getting hammered at this point really, really badly. And the submarines would attack in packs called wolf pack operations, where they would, because once a submarine was spotted, they had to get out of there or they were dead. And so they'd strike, and then another one would come, and the concept there was that they attacked like wolves, like, you know, multiple sides and working together and all that sort of thing. Okay, so we've got an Atlantic fleet now, broken into 3 task forces. I just did basically as balanced as I possibly could, so I don't know that that's super accurate. Now, all these special assignments, we've got some destroyers, just a small amount, a lot of subs. So I'm not going to put these guys into play yet to do convoy raiding, but what we're going to do is we are going to begin by putting the entire fleet, and so we'll go ahead, let's see, and we will turn on our areas here. Let's go ahead. Selected task forces can't move here. Okay, that's fine. Alright, the channel. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to turn all 3 of them onto convoy escort. Not smart enough to know why I can't move here, but we'll get there. All right, so in addition to turning on convoy escort, what I'm going to walk through a little bit right now is we're going to design a new ship because, well, we need to. It's 1940, and I just pulled off my research for, it's past 1940, just pulled off research for new hulls, and so I'm going to put together a 1940 destroyer that is dedicated to sniffing out submarines. So absolutely crucial to that effort is going to be sonar. So let's go ahead and put sonar on there. Rear 1 custom. Let's go ahead and add a fair amount of anti-submarine warfare here. We'll go ahead and put some anti-air as well. Primary battery. Do we have dual battery? Dual purpose? Let's go ahead and do dual purpose on that one. More anti-air. You know what? Let's go ahead and take that off. Okay. Fire control. I'm going to pass on that one. Well, no, because we can't add more sonar. Alright, fair enough. And do we have torpedoes? Yeah, sure, why not? Alright, how's this looking? Yeah, might as well add some anti-air. Alright, so we have plenty in there. I don't know what these boats were actually called back then, unfortunately. So let's go ahead. Not mine layers. Yeah, let's give them a spot. Is it a spotter? Not really. Shield. Yeah, sure, because they're convoy escorts, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and call them... What would kill a wolf? I don't know. A shotgun? So let's go ahead and call them anti-U-boat escort destroyers. And go ahead and save that. So we're going to get these in production a lot. And so I'll get that started here shortly. Well, I might as well. And so we're also going to have them go to the Atlantic Theater. So we need these to start really ramping up and get spotting those U-boats out there to stop our friend Karl Donitz. Now, interesting, I didn't know this. They got really close to the United States. I mean, they like surfaced within sight of New York City, or of Manhattan, excuse me, and off Florida. And they blew stuff up in, you know, these areas on the eastern seaboard as well. I mean, there were newspaper articles like people like, oh, there's fireworks going on. No, actually, Germans are attacking you. In the middle of your harbor. I had no idea that they got this close, so that's pretty wild. With the first of my troops trained, you may recall from the previous video that I didn't even start training troops until Pearl Harbor was attacked. And that's fairly historically accurate. I mean, we had some troops, of course, but everybody volunteered, like I just got done talking about. So what I've done here is created a general for this army, and basically I'm going to have him stationed in Virginia. I don't know why, just because what's coming up and is next on our agenda is the invasion of North Africa, which occurred in this area here around Algiers. Where's Algiers? There it is. So Oran, Algiers, we're going to hit Constantine as well, those 3 landing spots, in what was known as Operation Torch. So, what we need to talk about, let me put this on pause for a little bit, what this was all about. So, Russia, the Soviet Union, excuse me, they were getting hammered by the Germans, and the Germans pushed them very, very far. And I've played a couple other games where that does indeed happen. And Stalin, who was in charge of the Soviet Union, is probably here. There's my guy. Was, I don't want to say begging, but basically demanding that the Allies open a second front. Because for right now, this is the only front in Europe. This is it. And Russia, I keep saying that, Soviet Union, was at risk of being attacked by Japan. That never happened. Or at least I don't think it did. So the Soviet Union was like, you guys need to open a second front against Germany. And they were proposing that it be a cross-channel from the UK invasion, which, as we all know, did ultimately happen. But Winston Churchill worked very hard to talk President Roosevelt, you like how I'm doing this? Like, let's get their faces up here, right? There they are. Out of doing that. I am a huge respecter of Winston Churchill, and if you've watched the starting videos in this segment, you know that I use his books as source materials even. And he had many reasons for not wanting to have a cross-channel. A few of them were he thought it would be extremely bloody, and they were all already getting pummeled pretty badly. Also, just like World War I, nobody wanted to do that trench warfare inch, death march anymore. But I'm pretty sure, and I don't think this was officially said, but I've read it somewhere, that one of the other things is he didn't really see Stalin as being that much better than Hitler. That's my interpretation of it. Obviously, Hitler did terrible things. Stalin did terrible things as well. And Churchill had worked very hard most of his life at this point to basically stop the spread of communism. So to basically kind of rush to their aid was not exactly something that he was super eager to do. So what Churchill really wanted to do was have an invasion of the Balkans in this area. And I think primarily it was to basically occupy some of these lands so that the Soviet Union couldn't take it over. So instead, oddly enough, what was settled on was this plan to invade North Africa. Don't ask me why. So we're going to go ahead and get that set up. Now, to do that, one of the things that I'm going to do first is grab a couple of my Marines and move them into this dude's army. Because you're going to need some Marines to land. Yes, right? Sir. And he's still working on it here. But let's go ahead and make a plan for a naval invasion from Virginia. Why not? Because it was a cross-Atlantic invasion to Algiers right there. Okay. And I don't even know, can we like name this thing? I'd love to call it oh, here we can. We can, all right. So we are going to call this Operation Torch. Not Operation Torch. Let's go ahead and just call it Torch. There we go. All right, so we're going to just sort of sit on this for a little bit while we build up some strength. And also, I think I want to get a few other generals in there to come on, to do the invasion of the other sites. A couple of things. Let's go through a few things because I've screwed this up royally before I even started. I did a few test runs and messed this up really bad. All right, here's a few things. And again, this is mostly because I really am horrible at Hearts of Iron. I'm so sorry. For anybody who just sort of tears their hair out and wonders why I do stupid things, I'm learning, but I think I've only played like 2.5 campaigns. So anyway, Vichy France, we're just simply not at war with them. Like, so you can't do... I can't invade them because I'm not at war with them. Now, I believe that there's something here with their connection to Germany, and sometimes Germany will try to annex them as an event, and then there'll be a puppet or something like that, and then we would be at war because we're at war with Germany. That apparently didn't happen. So basically, all of Operation Torch at this point is completely defunct. So what we're going to do is just basically cancel the entire, all of it, and redo it, but not redo Torch. Yes, sir. So instead what happened, while Stalin continued to jump up and down, begging for the Allies to open a Western front, is immediately following Torch, there was an invasion of Italy. And that invasion happened via Sicily here. Now this was kind of interesting because off the coast of Spain, the Allies faked a piece of evidence where the corpse of a dead soldier washed up on shore and was discovered, I don't know who by or where, with fake plans that said the invasion was going to be in Greece. And instead they're like, haha, nobody expects the invasion of Sicily. You know, that is what happened. Now, one of the other things, I've discovered two other things about how stupid I am. One, I have not researched transports. Didn't even know, actually. Where are we at? Don't even know where they're at. They're not here. They're back where I was. Here. Okay. So, it's like, why can I only have 10 people invade? Well, it's right there in front of me. Naval invasion capacity 10. Whereas, if we do this, we'll get naval invasion capacity 40. Because I need a lot more troops to do the invasion, especially if I'm going to do Overlord on the Norman coast. So that's stupid thing number one. Stupid thing number two is you have to maintain naval superiority, 50% or more, in every single place along the path. So that is incredibly difficult to do. Now, I've got a decent fleet, right? And I can go ahead and do that. I've got lots of naval superiority along this way because I've been doing convoy escorts to protect against Karl Donitz and his submarine wolf packs, none of which I've seen or killed. But, you know, that's just the way the game goes. So we're going to switch this up plan-wise. And I'll just put one plan in place right now so everybody can kind of see me do it.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to take this guy because he's got the most troops so far. And we are going to plan a naval invasion from, and I always forget where he's at. Where is he? All right, from Norfolk. No, we're not going to plan a naval invasion, but that's the whole point of what I'm saying, is we're not going to invade from the eastern seaboard. We're going to invade from Ally-held, well, in Tripoli. So I can do that. I can basically go, all right, not a front line, but a naval invasion, which we're going to start here and land here. Now, I had no idea you needed to do this, but basically, if you, what is it at here? You got to, like, hit enter on these things. 9 divis, 0 transports. Not sure why there's 0 transports. Anyway, I can get this put together. We're going to bring in the other 3 divisions. We're going to invade from here and here to the other side of Sicily. It's going to take a while for our research to complete, and even for the training to prepare. So let's get that started. Fast forward, and my invasion of Sicily seems to be about ready. I've done a couple practice runs on this already, and I don't know why I've got airplanes here. I should move them to this base that's right here. Anyway, let's get back to it. Ready. You get significant counter resistance through Naples here, and this strait right here causes me no ends of difficulty. I probably should invade here, but I'm too impatient to wait the extra days again for the invasion. And besides, I can just save it and rewind it. So let's go ahead and push the button, because I think we're ready to go, and see what it looks like. We'll go ahead and begin the invasion, as well they should. Alright, we'll goose the time here a little bit, make it go a little faster. Maybe they're moving people in already. Expected this number to be quite a bit larger than it is. Alright, there's my, should be having shore bombardment. There's a fort here. Well, that kind of sucks. Okay. I'm no good at reading any of this stuff. Alright, so I'm a bit surprised that I don't have bombardment. Well, one of the other things that I definitely need to do is get my air support going. Where are my ships at? I'm not even there. Maybe that's why I don't have shore bombardment. That's so weird. It's like it said they were stationed at Tripoli. Okay, that's hidden there. Alright, and yeah, I've got no... So let's do air superiority and close air support. So that should hopefully give me something. Oh, there's shore bombardment. Okay, so shore bombardment was going already. So that's good. Alright, so the invasion landed successfully. Now I really need to get spread out here pretty quickly. And I'm going to do something maybe stupid. What's this? Invader. There we go. I like it. It's true. It's true. You just did it. So I'm going to... What are we going to do here? I think we can do a spear, right? Lines can be painted only on territory you have assigned to a front line or a naval invasion territory. Spearhead will aggressively try to take all provinces as they were there when the order was first painted out. Yeah, let's go ahead and try and do that. Alright, let's try and do it all the way across. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of cheat. I don't need to do a naval invasion with this guy. I just need to take all these troops and give them to him.
Ready.
And that should effectively reinforce him. Okay, so in they come on their movement. And I need to just go. Zoot Zoot Ryan. I have no idea what that is. Don't really care. Alright, let's just go ahead and watch, see what happens. Alright, looking good so far. Again, they're gonna block me there pretty hardcore. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Come on, get on in there. Oh, that'd be so good. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, they just bring so many down. All those reinforcements are happening right now. Now, there's an interesting sort of thing that's going on here, which is, well, first of all, the fact that none of my other dudes are helping in this, and they should. Now these guys, I might as well
Ready.
just crush them. I can probably micro this.
Move out.
Just wipe them out. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So yeah, everybody get on up there. So what I was gonna say is interesting that's happening here is that we got really bogged down in the invasion of Italy, and this is actually mirroring it pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and accept this as being, as I've said in the past, super historically accurate. Uh-oh. I like green numbers. Keep it going, keep it going. Let's see, if you watch this... Oh, I don't want to go that fast. Okay, this reserves number just keeps pumping and pumping and pumping. It's like they basically send everything they got at you to stop me from crossing the Straits of Messina. I don't think that was historically accurate. I think we took Naples pretty easily. And then instead, what happened is we advanced on Rome up the beach, and that took forever. Forever. So let's just keep an eye on this for a little bit and see how it goes. I mean, we're doing okay, I suppose. Okay, what do we got? Air superiority, shore bombardment. I don't know if I've got my close air support going on. I've got naval close air support. Okay, but what I could maybe do, because I thought I brought in some planes, is let's get these guys moved here, and let's turn on extra close air, extra CAS, and air superiority. But I don't think I've... Okay, I need to get these, because I think I need to like assign them to this region, right? All right. So there we go. What are we looking at? No, see, things are still not looking good here. Trying to cross these Straits of Messina are very, very difficult. And boom, see the reserves coming in? Now they're fairly low morale, but okay. Alright, let's get this fast forward and see what happens. So the numbers are looking pretty good, but I brought in a second army just in case to make a rear landing around these guys. I don't even know if this is going to be worth it or not. Let's go ahead and see. I might just basically be fighting against the same, but at least I'll make them fight on two different fronts. Well, not fronts technically, but you know, two different sides. Alright, so it looks like we're going to come in here and do this. And let's just wait until 99. Okay, destroy a certain number of divisions. Oh, that's kind of cool. Alright, so we're going to consider the Battle of Sicily to be over at this point. From here, we should move on Naples, and then we're going to move up through Italy. I'm going to get that done, and we'll come back to Italy, because Italy's a main portion of this. We're still in 1942, almost in 1943. Beginning for the planning of Overlord should be well underway at this point. I don't see any British war plans yet, so that's fine. We got a few other things to talk about, especially air bombardment. Let's get to it. And to begin that conversation about air, we're going to build an airplane. And so what we're going to do is make our use of our brand new improved large airframe. And the very first thing we're going to do is choose it to be a strategic bomber. Now, in order to accomplish what I want to do with this, we're going to do a couple things. We're going to give it armor, and then again, I think, and then I'm going to give it extra fuel tanks. So what we are building is the B-17 Flying Fortress. And this aircraft was used to do strategic bombing, originally in France, and then even all the way into Germany. Now, for the most part, airplanes flew with escorts, but the B-17 actually flew so far out of range that its escorts were not able to follow it. And so they flew without escorts, which is kind of scary, actually. So let's go ahead. I think we can add a few more things here and just really jack up the weight. What's this? Radio is going to give us more strat. Okay. That's probably good enough. Let's go ahead. Do we have recon? Is that going to weigh too much? No. I'm trying to... We've got a lot of thrust with this 90, so that's good. And let's... Can we add more bomb bays? Yeah. Okay. Good enough. So this is the B-17 Flying Fortress. And we're going to go ahead and start these into production. And I'm going to... I cut back on some factory usage before, so let's go ahead and get that up there again. And so what we're going to immediately start, in addition to this, because I'll need to get those flown over, is I have just a couple of units inside France, or inside the British airspace. So far, I think we could just kind of move here. Why not? Oh, you know what? I can't because, yeah, I've got too many airplanes. Well, you know what? I'm doing all the work, so you guys, like, get out of the way. So we're going to go ahead and start softening up this region of Western France here with both air superiority and strategic bombing. So that is indeed what happened. And so we're going to see how well this goes. I anticipate heavy losses. This was a dangerous, dangerous job. These people were basically flying in ginormous death traps, and if they didn't just get basically immediately blown out of the sky, then they faced the lovely privilege of parachuting or semi-crashing down to the ground and being taken captive, which sucked. So, let's move on. Now, as the last and final part of this video, we're gonna try and end on D-Day. Not necessarily the literal D-Day, but rather when we land on Normandy, which is here. Right? Pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure this is the area where we landed. So I'm going to go after this one right here. We do see that it looks like war plans are being drawn up. Okay, 26 divisions, 21 divisions. So that's a fair amount there. Now, America started landing troops in preparation in the UK, in preparation for Operation Overlord, which is what Stalin, Soviet leader of the Soviet Union, had been trying to get the Allies to do forever. And they delayed him. I mentioned that before. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start moving troops over here. I'm going to start pulling some troops from Italy. We're doing okay in Naples so far. We're going to start that slow creep up now and start pulling some divisions out of Italy and moving them to the UK in preparation for Operation Overlord. So the day has arrived. Unfortunately, it's not the historically accurate day. But we're doing really great in Italy. We really pushed them out pretty hard. The UK has already begun, or somebody's already begun landing. They made a naval invasion in France. So we might as well go ahead and push the button, because this is going to be the last thing we're going to do in this episode. Let's, we got Patton, he's going in the wrong place. But that's fine. And let's go ahead and also get the Atlantic Fleet up here. Let's get rid of all their previous regions. We'll bring them back into the channel and put them all on naval invasion support. So, let the beaches of Normandy be stormed. They're waiting for us. Now, we should have some air support as well. Okay, these are all tactical bombers. They've been doing tacticals. Do I have anybody for close air support? I don't think I've got anybody here. Air wings with no region assigned. Where are these guys? These guys are standing by in Italy. Fighters. Light bombardment. Yeah, why not? bring him by and fly him on over here while we land. Has the landing occurred yet? Yep, there it is. Alright, so this will really bring us to the end of this video. What we're going to do is in the fourth and final video, we're going to conduct the war for Northwestern Europe, and also finish up the battle against Japan, which is going horribly because I'm not really paying attention to it. Where's it at? Where are you? Yep, this is going awfully. I think they sneak in on this island here because I forget to cut off the strait, and then they come in behind me. So anyway, let's make sure that our other D-Day invasion force lands here. Looks like we're doing okay. Come on, General Patton. So once this landing occurred, they tried to hold it as well as they could until there was what's called the breakout, where they broke out. So let's make sure that we're going to be able to actually hold it. Let's actually get them in there. Come on, 97, 98. Looks like they're going to be moving their troops here. Okay, so what we'll do is we will try to come together. We'll go ahead and just bring Patton here and set him. What are we going to do? We've already got a front line here, so we'll go ahead and put an offensive line there. And we might as well get my other dude and get him to do, and if it's not already there, offensive line there. And let's just give them all the go-ahead. So that should hopefully get everybody together. Come together right now in Normandy. Yeah, that worked pretty well. Alright, let's speed it up. Treaty of Tehran. I'm just ignoring basically everything else, so you see all this other crap up there. So, these few units are holding us off pretty good. Can we need to micro this? Just go. Alright, what am I missing out on? They have air superiority, which is bad. Do I have anybody doing air superiority? No. Do I have anybody doing shore bombardment? Probably not. Where are you? Okay. Where am I shore bombardment at? Oh, yeah, we're doing shore bombardment. Okay. Alright, so one of the things we probably should do is we do have carriers. So, are these guys sitting around doing absolutely nothing? They are. Okay, so let's go for some air superior. Oh, my one plane's gonna do some air. Oh, I got two. Right. So I don't know how well that's gonna do us for be able to take down that air superiority. I don't need you attacking this guy. I just need you getting that guy, so we can unify our front. Let's fast forward. Alright, this is looking a little bit better. Let's keep going. Oh, it's not looking better. This is the one battle I was hoping would... they just keep pumping reserves in there. What else is going on here? It's a mess. Somebody's baking in there. Who's got... Oh, Free France. Alright. Well, what do you know? Free France is coming into Free France. So, this is pretty annoying. And I probably should rewind and do this better, but I'm not going to. Sorry for all the sound. Sorry for all that. Because the landing at Normandy and D-Day, as I think pretty much everybody on planet Earth knows, was a rough deal. And we lost a lot of lives, and so I don't think I should have done it as easily as I was hoping to do it. I sure am waiting for this number to get above 99, that's for sure. Just because I want to OCD unite my front. So it looks like Free France is going to help us out. 93, 94. Come on, come on, come on. I really want to hit 100 before we... Hey, there we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and merge all these armies into good old Patton here. And we're going to call it. So thanks for watching. We're going to pick this up for the 4th and final segment of Hearts of Iron 4. And for the very, very final segment of the England to America playthrough series. Thanks for watching.